All right, welcome, welcome. Let's continue with the Lostbelt 2. Yo, how you doing, Eric? Welcome, welcome. We're here today. Today's the last day to get anything that you would like to get from the gates before they vanish. You had super early. Yeah, you did. First one here. Welcome, welcome. You beat the others. I'm like really tempted on an MP2 Avalon. What do you think, MP2 Avalon? All right, let me see. Up to you. Because I feel like she gets her battery too quick, and the rest of the stuff just goes to waste. Wait, who's on the other side of the gate? There's Gareth. We'll have to see who's rolling up next. Let me see. You don't care about supports? Let's look at the roll map real quick. There's this event, the tea ceremony. We'll have to think about it. Alright, let's continue with the story though. Let me move this to the side here. Move that to the side. Assault the demonic sword, the beginning. Let's upgrade some people. I was playing the event for the summer story, and Vive Archer, she's really good. This unit, really strong unit. Let me burn some 3 stars first though. That's a couple days from a daily SQ. Yeah, she's really good. We're just getting rid of a couple of them here. Dang, I'm still 2 over. Alright, perfect. Now let's go back in there. Section 1. Assault of the demonic sword, the beginning. I've always hated Sundays. Is it because I hate my father? No. Is it because I hate my mother? No. It's not that either. When I was little, I wholeheartedly embraced their dreams for me. I really thought everything they talked about would come true. I didn't need to hate them. I didn't even much in the way of a parental love from them. I believed that I would one day reach the Sith imaginary element just as they wanted. I would be the one to make my family's long-held dream come true. I had gained the power I needed to accomplish that. But even so, I hated Sundays, detested them even. I loathed having to spend all day Sunday at home, the home I grew up in with my parents. From the time I woke up until the time I went to bed, it felt as though that giant ceiling was crushing me to death. I don't hate my parents, I respect them. I'm proud of them. That much has never changed. So then, what did I hate about Sundays? The church. Report from the computer room. Report from the computer room. So far, the Zero Cell looking just peachy. Just kick back and enjoy his little voyage through the sea of time. We've got 150 kilometers to cross. At our current reduced speed, I think it should take us about an hour or so. Oh? Somebody's not happy about the trip. What happened to all the bluster you were sprouting just a while ago? I know this is only our second voyage, but you should be used to this by now. Am I wrong, Gordoff? Oh yes, did you need something? Technical advisor, is it tea time already? Something you're worried about? Of course not. I wouldn't waste time on foolish sentiment. I thought I would feel better after we defeated the servant who destroyed Chaldea, but I don't, at all. My poor four flush, they were the finest private army I ever had. They may have been a bunch of thugs and hoodlums, but they did their job dang well. After this whole mess is sorted out, I need to pay out their life insurance. Once I can scrape together more than a penny to my name, of course. That said, this way of getting around really is beyond the pale. I'm a man of the land, not the sea. Not that I'd hesitate to board a submarine to save humanity, of course. But this, I may be better about seasickness now, but I don't think I'll ever get used to this Zero Cell nonsense. So you feel bad even though you're not seasick. Are you claustrophobic or something? Oh. No, I'm not claustrophobic. I mean, that I don't care for the void space business. It's not something I'm just going to get used to. Let me be clear, getting used to danger means losing sight of security. Oversights, betrayal, bankruptcy, victories, getting revoked by judges, all those sorts of retributions stem from carelessness and arrogance. You can't assume everything will be sunshine and roses just because things happen to go your way once. Not to mention, verifying the existence of void space may be a great feat, I'll admit, but be honest, you still don't have a clue what it even is, do you? Why are you looking at me? I make it a rule never to get on any machine I can't drive myself, and yet, void space is something only a tiny handful of mages have ever so much as touched. Just thinking about floating around in here makes me, oh no, I think I'm about to be sick. You say that, and yet your complexion tells me that you're feeling just fine. Gordoff. No, Mr. Gordoff, I admire your gumption. The rest of the staff are likely versed in science and magecraft, but you, Director, are a mage's mage. That is why traveling through void space puts you so ill at ease. You're keenly aware of both the benefits and risks posed by the Zero Cell. Yet despite that, you're doing your utmost to remain calm and collected. That's truly keeping a stiff upper lip, as they say, commendable. You must have hit rock bottom quite a few times in your life. Perhaps you're accustomed to being in dire predicaments at this point. Let me get comfortable real quick. Getting comfortable. 1 second. Alright, we're comfortable. I'm accustomed to nothing of the sort. I never once crossed the finish line in last place, I'll have you know. crossed the finish line in the last place. I never heard of an expression like that before, Director Gordoff. Oh well, of course you haven't. Once you get to be a man of my caliber, Miss Mash, even the expression you use take on a special life of their own. That's the first time he's ever addressed me respectfully. Holmes could use some work when it comes to paying a compliment. That was a compliment? Good grief, heroic spirits certainly are, different. Then again, he might be easier to talk as an administrative advisor if he were a caster. I very much doubt that. My spirit origin may change, but I'm quite sure I will remain the same. If you require proof, I was a caster when I first met Paragon. And even though I have made an official contract with Caldi as a ruler, nothing has changed. Wouldn't you agree, Miss Kierlight? Now that you mention it, that's true. I don't think you've changed at all, Mr. Holmes. Well, alright then. By the way, technical advisor, what's our itinerary for this voyage look like? Huh? Director Gordoff, Da Vinci just briefed us about that right after we arrived in voice space. Maybe he blacked out after we started the zero cell? Oh. I'm sorry, Mr. Gordoff. We had no idea you had lost consciousness with your eyes open. What? Come on, don't be absurd. I've handled the G-forces from accelerating to over 250 kilometers per hour. I'll have you know. I'd say, what about you, youngster? Yes, you, Paragon. Your file said you frequently fly into REM sleep. I believe you even said you could do it standing up, if I'm not mistaken. Is that some sort of special skill of yours? That's right, we call it the Z Paragon REM. Oh, no way, I was just kidding about the skill part. Are you people alright? At any rate, it seems you doze off just as easily as I do. Do you remember what the briefing was about? Perhaps now would be a good time to review all that you know while we're at it. Yes, that's a good point. I'm sorry. Oh, but as for Paragon, I think we went off to have lunch with Foe after we left on the zero cell. You heard the man, Da Vinci. Would you be so kind to summarize our current situation for him? Sure, if that's what he wants. Okay, let's go over there, our immediate itinerary again. We just entered the Scandinavian Peninsula, right? Around here. At the moment, we're still diving through the storm wall. On our current route, we should then emerge here in northern Europe, at the southern part of Sweden. It's only a 10-kilometer trip, but since we don't have any connection to Scandinavia, surfacing at our intended destination will come down to a combination of a dice roll and my navigational genius. And since I got my hands full making sure our coordinates don't go fluctuating all over, we have no way of knowing if there will be any hostile entities on the other side. So be ready for an even rougher emergence than the one we went through in Russia. So in other words, entering one of those lost belts inevitably comes down to the luck of the draw, eh? Just to make doubly sure, is there any way we could ignore the Scandinavian lost belt and head straight to the Northern Sea? Certain conditions need to be in place for us to emerge inside a lost belt, right? Then why go out of our way to do that? Even if we don't know the Wandering Sea's exact coordinates, if we can just get to the North I know, but I'm afraid that's just not possible. We're currently skimming right next to the border between reality space and void space. It's the only way we can peek into reality from void space, which we have to do it if we're going to emerge somewhere we lack a connection to. In addition, the amount of power the Strata border consumes in this mode is directly affected by the amount of real-world distance we travel. I mean, it would have to be, given that we're following reality so closely. And our current power levels, there's no way the border can zero cell more than 300 kilometers near the mirror world plane. So we have to emerge in the Scandinavian lost belt if we're going to stock up for the journey to the wandering sea. I see. This zero cell business sounds good on paper, but it certainly has more than its share of drawbacks, doesn't it? Basically, if we want to go diving and emerging whatever we like. Yeah? Well, we can't. Neither the board nor myself are up to that. At least not right now. Sorry, Gordy. Sorry and sixpence won't even get you a decent cup of tea these days. Fine. You're saying you want a real lab with full facilities, right? Once we make our way through Scandinavia and meet up with the wandering sea, then things should improve at least a little, yeah? You got it. I'm glad you're such a quick study. So as I was saying earlier, just kick back and enjoy the last bit of our voyage. We're currently off in the real world time by about 10 days. We'll emerge from voicemail as soon as we're through the storm wall. So it's just like what happened in Russia. Then that would mean one of those enormous trees really is here in Scandinavia too. Indeed, we could see it for ourselves before we begin our journey to the storm wall. If we just so happen to emerge near the tree of emptiness, we will need to choose between leaving Scandinavia behind or investigating the tree. Regardless, we'll no doubt need to make our way across a considerable bit of land once we reach the inside of this Lostbelt. I encourage you all to remain calm and in control so that we may be better react to whatever awaits us. I wonder if this Lostbelt would be anything like Russia's. Although, when the Russian tree of emptiness came crashing down, it did so in a rather indecipherable. What was that? Is something coming towards us? Something's pinging our omnidirectional sonar. What the? There's something with a fixed wavelength moving around. Something with a fixed wavelength. Do you mean there's something else here besides the shadow border? Wait, what? Hold on, just hold on. You mean to tell me there's something alive out there in void space? Well, indeed, under normal circumstances, nothing could possibly exist in void space unless it were itself a composed of void. There are exceptions, though. Namely, the all-terrain void transporter, shadow border, its crew, and the paper moon. And that can only mean there's something or something else that can travel via zero cell. If there were, it would require technology that would surpass Atlas. I wish I could say that were entirely impossible, but we can't rule it out. Da Vinci, are you seeing anything on your end? Your eyes should be as good as sharper than ours. I'm sorry, but I've got my hands full keeping track of the real world's terrain. I can't spare any cameras to see what might be near us. Oh, but I have noticed one thing that's strange. The shadow border's been running really smoothly for a while now. So there's definitely something out there in our vicinity. I just couldn't tell you what it is. The borders also give magecraft and spirit radars in addition to the sonar, but they're not turning anything up either. Since I can't imagine there could be anything living in void space, I'm guessing it's solution-like wave conduction, but... We... Threat to Gordo? We're under attack. Oh, for... Who was it that was saying the old man had gotten used to this stuff? It must be some sort of monster servant with the ability of zero cell. They could be anywhere. Yes, there's a distinct possibility Rasputin mentioned something along the lines too. As I recall, he said that while he was able to freely move between Lostbelts, Koinskaya could do so. It's difficult to imagine she employs the same method as we do, but she may have her own means of crossing dimensions. There, you see? You all saw Ivan the Terrible for yourselves. These Lostbelts are obviously full of monsters. It wouldn't surprise me at all if one of them was a rider with just that sort of skill. Do you even hear yourself? This is void space. This whole dimension shouldn't even exist. There's no way there could be anything here besides the border. A creature of heroic spirit with the ability to conduct a zero cell. I know Miss Miyamoto wanders between parallel worlds, but only in that she tumbles from one to another. She's only a drifter who keeps falling through realities because all other possibilities have abandoned her. There's no being in all reality space besides us who can freely travel between dimensions. That, at least, was the Atlas Institute's Trimechius said as of 2018. Still, it's not something we can rule out entirely. That we are here ourselves means it must be possible for someone else to be as well. Couldn't you have kept that yourself, Holmes? You're just gonna work the old man up even more. Poe? Did it just get even closer? Please calm down, Director. I know this may not help you put your... I know this may not help put your mind at ease, but... I sense something close. What is it? But strangely enough, I also don't think it's malicious, whatever it is. In fact, I think it might even be kind of a warm and comforting. Oh, come on. That's standard demon operating procedure. They bait their hook with kindness. Well, I'm not falling for it. I'm going to listen to my own instincts. Listen up, all of you. I have no desire to become an adventure-crazed nut like the rest of you, but even I can see that making an emergency exit out of void space is our best option here. Therefore, as the director of Kalia, I am ordering the Shadow Border to make an immediate emergency exit into reality space. An emergency exit? I want to take Matt's side here, but I have to admit Gordov has a point. One thing's for sure, there's something out there that even I can't see. We shouldn't take that lightly. So my vote is for the emergency exit, and as luck would have it, we're very close to the end of the storm wall. That said, there's one thing I want to go over first. We've already crossed the border. We're currently in what used to be southern Sweden, somewhere inside the Scandinavian Lostbelt. But when we emerge, the risks will be even greater than they were back in Russia. Cutting out the future prediction in order to force our way back to reality could result in the entire Shadow Border coming apart. And it's not just the border. All of you can end up seriously hurt as well. If your cells from tentacles happen to overlap with your cells from now, just having your bodies catch up with their own regulatory functions will be enough to make you vomit. Are you okay if that ends up happening? Of course, as this vehicle central's processing unit, I'll be doing my best to avoid that. Of course, at this point, a little nausea is nothing. Just get this the hell out of here, Da Vinci. I don't want to spend another second with this unknown thing, if I can help it. I'm responsible for all of your lives here. As such, I refuse to continue the voyage in such close proximity to an unknown entity. That's very commander-like of you. Get the Shadow Border to the surface right now. Don't make me repeat myself again. Just hurry. Alrighty. If you're ready to face the music, I'll do my best to make sure it's a pleasant tune. Monrier, I'm going to switch over to manual. We don't want the safety functions putting on the brakes on autopilot. Are you serious? Doesn't that completely go against the manufacturer's recommendation? Initiating high-speed calculations. Prepare to emerge in... an emergency alert. Everyone strap in. Take deep breaths while you still can. Don't worry about that alert. We're just putting up a little more strain on the hull than it's designed for. Isn't that incredibly dangerous? Da Vinci knows what she's doing. Right? You're right. I believe in her, Paragon. Oh, I really didn't want to resort to this, since it gives me a bad fever. This new, smaller body just isn't as resilient as my old one. I'll do whatever I can to help. Patch me in the console, if you would. I'll help too. Thank you. I'm afraid I am relegated to learning by observation myself, but the more hands the better. If only Mr. Babbage were here to assist us. I hear you, but I'm afraid the Spirit Origin briefcase alone just isn't enough to summon him outside of short battles. We'll just have to make do. Man, wouldn't it be great if another Salier dropped into our laps right now? Like, say now? Dang, it didn't work. Oh well, worth a shot. Guess we're on our own after all. Alright then, let's do this thing. Activating Paper Moon. Initiating planet navigational chart plus minus conversion. Commencing shadow borders docking sequence into reality boundary. Disengaging mirror world plane voyage. Through the strength of made absolve, I continue to exist. Reapplying time flow attraction from reality space. 0.4 second difference between target coordinates and current recognition confirmed. That's well within tolerance. So we're good to go. Emerging from void space. 30 seconds until arrival of reality space. Zero cell complete. Emerging into reality space. The eternal icy fire century, Goddardumrung, the good fellow of everlasting flame. Okay, next one. Is there a fight here? There is a fight here against a berserker. Okay. Prior to that, I forgot to level up Lady Avalon skill. I think I have enough for all of the skills. Yeah, I have enough for all the skills. Let's bring this first though. It's a long Lostbelt. Oh, we're in for a while. We'll be here for a while then. Probably till the end of the year, maybe. 20 million. Alright, I think I'll go for another Lady Avalon. Because she's a pretender class and that still has value. If I get a MP2 Lady Avalon, I'll bring her to level 100. If I don't, that's A-okay. And 3 more years? Oh goodness. Alright, here we go. Let's just go for her right now. If we get MP2, we'll take her to level 100. If we don't, then we don't, you know. It's depending on this one. I like her damage output. It's pretty good. This is actually we like the second servant has to go for like a MP higher. All right, thank you. For sake of going to the story, I'll do a first skip and then go from there. All right, here we go. We tap. The cruising date. Alright, we got a new craft essence. Oh, we got something. Alright, it's Gareth again. So we have our MP3. Yeah, she's pretty good. Like Lady Avalon. I really like her utility. And her damage. Alright, let's go again. Oh, I got her. There you go. Alright, so we're gonna just put her MP2 and take her to level 100. Bro, lucky? Yeah. Oh, wait, this is an archer? Who is this? Arjuna. Okay. It's like, you'll need this for this lost belt, probably. That's pretty good. Okay. Now let's get her to MP2. Oh wait, she's no phantoms, yep. She's locked, isn't she? Yeah, okay, let's unlock her. And go here. NP2. Yeah, that's correct. Alright, nice. Alright, servant. We have a lot of archers for sure. Oh, right. And let's grill her up too. Oh, that reminded me. I recently got Bradamante to during this event for the Valkyries. I got her up to Bond 10. So we can unlock that too. The very first servant I got to Bond 10. There you go. Her prophecy. Hey, we got there. We got there. That's what's important. Alright, let's bring Lady Avalon here. Let's grill her up to welcome to like the 100. Oh, I forgot to give her a foe. Let me first grill her up, then give her the foe. Alright, here we go. Up you go. Alright, let me give her enhancement. Here you go. Let's go right here too. Oh, that was kind of split right there. Whoops. Okay. I have that one. What about the other foe? I have to see if I have the other foe. Okay. I do not. Okay, that's okay. I see that's in the store if I remember correctly. Let's go grab those foes from the store over here. That's in the event store. Let's just grab them. Okay, we'll definitely grab the XP cards too. We might need those. Let's grab that. Grab this too. Okay, good. That's okay. That's okay. We'll grab more foe as we go. The grill's being put to use this time. I'll have her do some good DPS for sure. This is where all the coins went for the event. This was an event well spent. Oops, she had more line right there. Oops. It's gonna be close. I don't know if I'll have enough. Let's see, do I have enough to get her? Yeah, dang. Okay, we're very close. I see. There's probably checking the box. There's got to be some QP in here. Checking the back. Oh, wait, here's foes here. I'll grab these and that one too. No QPs. No QPs. I do have those foes though. There you go. There you go. Now we got her HP up there. Quick QP run. Okay. We'll do one quick QP run. never before seen on stream, right? I was like, what is this? That's a first. Actually doing a QP run on stream, the madness. All right, let's go over here. So how about you want to do this? It's like right here. All right, let's go there. Let's sell some of these craft businesses like that. Okay. Let's do a quick one. All right, here we go. Here. Someone who has the Bella Lisa. Any Bella Lisa holders? Oh, here's one. All right, there's a Bella Lisa. This is the QP Hell one. You go like that. All right, looks good. Let's go in there. Whoops. This may take a while, but okay. I don't know what she does. We're just clicking stuff. I'll have her do this. Okay. Oh, also I have these things on the wrong order too. Let me turn this on and turn that off. I was like in farm mode. I think she can kill one hit. I lied. All right. Buster, go here. Here. Let me get Bradamante up there too. All right, so let's do this, and that. Let me see if she's AoE. Single element. Okay, we'll save that for the Ganesh. I'll do this to myself. Dang. We'll hold on to the attack buff. Alright, we are ready to one-shot the Ganesh with kindness. Here, you want to attack up? And let's just send it. I don't think it should live. Alright, good. How much gold? Nice. Just enough. Alright. Back to the grails. Alright. Nice. Now we continue. $100. Let's get her up there too. She took like 150 million QP just to get her this far. Alright, nice. So she's also the second servant I have at 100. It's Bradamante and her. Alright, now let's go into back to Lostbelt. Let's get on back into the story. Alright, we're fighting a berserker. Let's see, there's Arjuna. I can't remember, was she arts? She was arts. So I can actually help out. We could do like this. Bring Galatea and get some art synergy going. Let's go over to story mode. Let's go like this. It's a berserker. I think she would have a good chance here. I could play some other units too. I could play the ruler too. Whoops, their skills are not up there. Whoops, I forgot about that. That's okay. I think we'll survive. I see a foreigner. Foreigner is good here. Let me grab this. Yeah, there you go. Now we have outs. Oh, and I got Bradamante's final bond level thing. Alright, let's get in there. The Orchinax exoskeleton is operating within expected parameters. Internal pressure regulation, combustion, and weaponry are all good to go. Armored shielders cleared to deploy. Well, feeling up to the smash? Yes, all of my readings and transformations are working well. Although... What's up? I thought you'd be ejecting me again, but this chamber and model both seem very different. Well, sure, last time we were sending you into the thick of an ongoing battle, but this time, we're just having you check out our surroundings. Besides, Paragon's coming along with you, and we can't go shooting you both out, can we? Ah, right, good point. I forgot that Paragon will be joining me. Alright, let's try this again. Are you all set? Yes, armor shielder, ready to deploy. You got it, Shadowboarder, open the hatch. We are go for our recon mission. Paragon. How are you feeling, Mash? Don't worry, I'm feeling fine. And the Ortanax is a great ship too. Da Vinci really is a genius, even after all the intense fighting we did in Russia. It's still in perfect working order. Thanks to that, I should be able to use all of my power at any time. All that aside, this place is very snowy, isn't it, Paragon? It's 2 degrees Celsius, but the wind isn't cold at all, and the air feels crisp and clean. It feels like a real winter wonderland compared to Russia. I'm sure the temperature will drop to well below zero once night falls, but right now, I'm just enjoying how peaceful it is. Saying this place would get lots of tourists if it existed in our history. I agree. I was just thinking the same thing. We still don't know exactly what this Lostbelt is like, but at least this place seems quite peaceful. It's enough to make me hope that maybe not every Lostbelt is dangerous. But this really isn't the time to wax philosophical. Let's get started, Paragon. Alright, it's perimeter check time. Right, let's start by looking for some sort of hill so we can get a better view of our surroundings. The border is recharging for now while it stays camouflaged in the snow. Da Vinci said it would take about 3 hours for it to charge up completely, so let's do our best to explore as much as we can in that time. Okay, we reached the top of the hill. It's nothing but snowy fields as far as I can see. And then there's... Paragon, look. Look at that. It's a white mountain range stretching on forever. And I think they're made of ice and snow. There's some sort of blue haze to the north, about halfway along the range. Wait, is that the tree of emptiness? Wait, mountains are burning. I thought it was a tree over here. Yes, there's a fire burning in the parts without trees. I can't see such a thing happening naturally, so it must be some sort of magecraft at work. So that's what this Lostbelt is. A world of mountains, white ice, and blue frames. And then there's the sun? It's much too big to be the sun though. Doesn't add up. I've had parts of Scandinavia can get almost no sunlight for months at a time. But I've never seen anything about the sun being this size. I doubt any such records even exist. The sun, huh? And another thing, I don't see the tree of emptiness anywhere. Huh? It was clearly visible from the outside the Lostbelt. I can't imagine it was suddenly wiped from existence, so maybe it's being hidden with magecraft. Well done on the reconnaissance, you two. We finally had a moment to catch our breaths here. Holmes, it seems you're about 500 meters away. Well chosen. That's just about the perfect distance since we're still unable to detect hostile entities. Thankfully, our emergency exits didn't strain the border as much as we anticipated, but I'm afraid it's still not going anywhere for the time being. Still, we cannot afford to waste any time, which of course why we sent the pair of you out to investigate. A land of fire and ice, huh? It seems that this lost belt will present its own challenges, as I feared. That's all we can see from here. Thank you, just the same. We have a faint visual here as well. The sun does indeed appear to be far larger than is normal, but it should be tens of billions of years before it reaches this size. We still don't understand how drastically a lost belt can change its environment, but if this one has transformed our sun into a red giant, were that the case, forget the ice and snow, the whole world would be a scorched desert. Miss Kirlight may be able to survive such an environment, but Mr. Paragon most assuredly would not. Yeah, which means they may not actually be our sun. So it may well be something that looks like the sun, but in fact is not. Huh. I don't recall anything along those lines in Scandinavia or Germanic folklore, but I'll take another look just in case. Those flames don't look like your typical forest fire. That would be because they aren't. Take a look. Nothing's actually burning. I'm not sure how it works, but the fire appears to be something entirely separate and floating above the mountains. Mysterious to be sure, but it's still a little cause to doubt the phenomenon as a result of some form of magecraft. Whatever it is, it must be the work of a crypter or a lost belt servant, that I can say for certain. What could their true main be? Mr. Holmes really hit the nail on the head, Paragon. Well, of course he did. He's famous for always finding the truth of any situation right away. And of course for captivating readers with his brilliant and elegant deductions. Let me turn up the game audio as well. I know this is kind of low. That one should be slightly better. Hopefully. Ah, thank you, Miss Kirlight. Though I must admit it is a touch embarrassing to be so effusively praised for the novelizations of my cases. But perhaps it's not so bad every once in a while. I'm not usually one to skip right to the conclusions, but yes, I am quite certain that the one who created those flames is... what is it? Do calm yourself, Foe. Foe, cute. Foe, what is it? Is something wrong? Sounds like Hercules. Paragon, get behind me. We just discovered an enormous humanoid creature. An enormous humanoid creature, you say? I see, that is troubling. Most troubling indeed. He appears to be about 5 meters tall. His arms are also very long, and he's wearing some sort of mask. I think he's speaking a language of some kind, but... I can't make out what he's saying. It sounds like more an animal howling than any language I know of. Hello? Bonjour? Guten Tag? Ni hao? Konnichiwa? Please listen to me. We are not your enemy. We don't mean you any harm. We are... He's like, he don't want to hear it. He doesn't understand. Wakaranayo. Paragon, I'm afraid he's coming for us. He's about to attack. Get ready to fight. Understood. Moving to intercept the hostile. Take a quick drink real quick. Jotun. Call this Jotun's Wrath. Oh, that's right. I start at 100 now. Oh, is it because of the... I think because I have a CE. Oh, this is nice, though. And then when I could do this, I just get, like, bonus. I go over 100. That's really... That's what I wanted to see, just go over 100. Let me see. MP gauge for yourself. Okay, this is good. We can't really get debuffed. What does this do? That's okay. We don't have to do that. Let's just send. Let's give her this. Let's give her this. There you go. And give her a little boost here. Alright, nice. Now we can go in there. That's okay. At the end of the turn, it cleanses the debuff. I feel like I just change this and get another boost. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the cheer there. I hear Lostbelt 2 very long. Longer than Lostbelt 1. But how do you say it? Kyo Kyo Ni Lady Avalon Skida. So I summoned her twice. Okay. Alright, let's go over to this one. This should be fine. Let's just restrict him from doing that. Alright. I'll have her do her thing too. There you go. I'm slowly getting up there. Oh yeah. Yeah. Thank you for like communicating. Arigato por el ego. Arigato. Oh yeah, and get the legitimate stuff too. I was like, no import tax, none of the shipping stuff. It'll be quite nice. Uh, so far, Lostbelt, Musukashi Nai. How do you say it? Uh, I forgot how you say. It's not too bad. Um, it's not too bad. Yeah, it's it's so far. I should say. I say that part, and then the devs is like, okay, just crank up the difficulty a little. So we're putting a patch in. All right. All right. So let's continue here. Um. So let's go to the next one here. So we're fighting a berserker and a assassin. So we go to. We have to get caster. Oh, the of this one. This one's like is this Lostbelt? How do you say it? Um, I forgot how to say strong. It's like is this Lostbelt harder than Lostbelt 2? Two harder than one. Than one. Two harder than one. There you go. Let's see what we have here. So we could go overkill and be like, we won't die at all. Get 2 supports and just line up Hokusai like that. Like this. I wanted to run this for a long time to see how these 2 supports synergize. The battle's over. We've neutralized the threat. Why don't we head back to the border? Thank you for your concern, Paragon, but I'm alright. The sudden attack just had me a little out of breath is all. It's nothing to worry about. All my vital signs are fine. I'm still good to go. I'm doing my best to analyze the recording and battle data now. But at this point, I can only say that the creature you fought is like nothing we've seen. Neither a heroic spirit nor demonic beast. He was simply an enormous humanoid creature native to Scandinavia. One that could not simply exist in the 21st century. A giant. Did you say a giant? Yes. I read that a number of powerful giants used to live in Scandinavia. I had a hard time with Lostbelt too. It's harder than the one, but I think there were definitely places where we struggled. Oh, okay. I'll have to see. I will see. Only time will tell, right? Yeah. There's like monsters like that keep coming back to life. Now we have cheap codes like Super Orion, Castoria, Beast, Nero. There's a couple of nice, powerful outs. Of course, this was all a long time ago. In the modern era, there have barely been any giant sightings in Sweden, Denmark, or Norway. I believe most of them were during the Age of Gods, back when the old mystics still existed. I'm sure there are some exceptions, but even so, to encounter one out of nowhere like this. Both Gordolf and Mr. Manure are in something of a tizzy about this impossible encounter, but yes, in the year 2020, giants have long since ceased to exist. And yet, you've obviously just met one, albeit one that tried to kill you even after you attempted to communicate with him, but still. I caught a glimpse of his eyes behind the mask, and he seemed consumed by bloodlust. So in this version of Scandinavia, creatures from the age of God still live. That's most troubling. I had considered the possibility, but I didn't think it would prove to be true as so soon. Dang you, cryptors. Dang you for throwing something like this at us in only the second Lostbelt. Have you no sense of restraint? That said, we are far from completely helpless. Ms. Kierlight, Mr. Paragon. To begin, I've updated our database with everything I could determine about this creature. We were unable to detect it from the border because Kalia had no information about ancient giants. Furthermore, I also learned something rather unexpected about the ice and snow surrounding us. What about them? They are imbued with a faint magical energy. The trace is so minute that only an expert mage would even be able to detect it at all. This small amount of magical energy created enough interference in our equipment that we are unable to detect the giant's approach. Da Vinci is still quite upset about it. She says being plugged into a function as a bio unit dulls her senses. Okay, so they have like active camouflage. You could get like jumped from below, from the sky, from behind while you sleep. Nowhere safe. That's what the revelation here is. Nonetheless, I'll do my best to update our data immediately. I'm also sending an update for the Ortonax firmware. Right, confirming update now. Paragon. I'm picking up new hostiles in our periphery. There's at least several ice beasts traveling alongside the giant. We need to get out here before we get surrounded. Understood. I can see them up ahead. Paragon. Time to fight them. Alright. But they do have a lot of HP though. That first fight, that one guy, 400k HP. Okay, this is not too bad. It's not as bad as I imagined. I can't remember. Is she AoE? Damage. Yep, she's AoE. Great. Debuff resist. What does this do? Okay, we can hold on to that. And we can hold on to that too. I'll just put this on her. Alright, and let's just send it. She is like quite tanky too. She's built up that HP. Like almost 20k in HP from like all the foes in level 100. That 30 boost, wow. Yeah, let's just get her up there. Okay, this is just overkill then at this point. Let's just bring her up.
行方を感じて目を開けて。ウィンゾーガード。最果ての島、罪の都。最後の竜は我が胸に。集う円卓の守護者たち。ラウンド・オブ・アーバロン。ふんぐるいふんぐるい。御そじりしたそうだ。うがふなぐる二組。富岳36系。神奈川。向かい。ブラスサビ。
All right. Let me shuffle this and see if I get like 3 Hokusais. Good enough.
ガーゴ改め威勢がこったな。はて名誉な。早立ちですカルウェナ。役体もない。ぜひと圧倒します。あたぼうよ。神妙なら輝き。
Wow, we had that Avalon defense for a while. One left, one turn. Wait, she only got hit one time. One turn, 3 left. Yeah, okay.
待ったなし。そうかい。圧倒します。
It's time to cycle back up in there.
ふんぐるいふんぐるい。御そじりしたそうだ。うがふなぐる二組。富岳36系。神奈川。向かい。ブラスサビ。遊覧飛行っていうのかい。そこです。
All right, 4 in her advantage.
動いていこうか。アマチュアを舐めさせようか。
This could actually just kill them.
ぜひと。
That will kill for sure.
まっぴらごめん。先に進みましょう。宴会は大勝利の後に取っておきます。
Tomodachi Sudoi. Is that? Yeah, Sudoi. Yeah, very strong friend. So, I just use them. And they carry me. That should wrap things up for now. We've defeated another giant and several ISPs. I no longer detect any hostiles or magical energy signals in our vicinity. Wait, you're right, Mr. Holmes. I can sense faint magical energy around us, coming from the snow. Could a giant be controlling the snow? Good question. I don't recall any giant like that from Norse mythology offhand. Let's hash this stuff out later, you two. For now, you should hurry back to the border. Holmes, from now on, maybe start waiting until people are in a safe location before you start with your long-winded explanations. There's no guarantee that there aren't any other giants still lying in wait out there. Both of you, get your butts back here and be careful. Anyway, great job collecting all this data right after we emerged. That should be a big help. Oh good, you're back. Welcome back, you two. It's good to be back. The Ortonox is working wonderfully. Thank you again for that. Glad to hear it. Gordov's having a little rest. Said he was having a nervous breakdown or something. I guess the emergency exit was pretty hard on him. Guess all the worrying he did about scouting out our surroundings after we emerged was for nothing. I wouldn't say that. He's trying to keep us safe, in his own way. Naturally, his primary concern is his own survival, but there's still an important part of being a leader. When things get dangerous, you snap to attention. When things get dicey, you get right the hell out. That's how things are supposed to go. But the further removed the higher ups get from the action, the softer they get when it comes to making those calls. So in that sense, Director Gordoff is exceedingly good at his job. I'm not sure why, but he seems to treat any danger his field operatives are in as danger in his own life. He actually cares about the people? I wonder what that's all about. Maybe he had a really strict tutor growing up or something. You know, like someone teaching him to think about war from the perspective of people he's sending out onto the battlefield. Oh yeah, I see what you mean. That would definitely explain some things. Now that you mention it, he always looked like he was in a lot of pain whenever Paragon was in a tight spot back in Russia. Talk about empathy. He was like, war never changes. No wonder he was always kicking up such a fuss. At any rate, make sure you write up the recon findings in a nice report template when you hand it off to him. If you don't mind, that ought to be more than enough to keep old Gordy in the loop. On a different note, you guys really had a rough time out there, didn't you? Huh. I actually steamrolled those two guys. Yes, we did. Giants are beings from the Age of Gods. Not even mages have seen more than the occasional fossil of them. Any survivors in areas where mystics were still in full force were probably seen as threats, taken out by the heroes of their respective ages. They're certainly not something you run into every day. I mean, you guys didn't see hide nor hair of them in any of the 7 eras you race shifted to, right? Not even in the actual Age of Gods. And now we just happen to run into not 1, but 2 in modern day Scandinavia. I believe those giants you encountered were Jotnir, members of the Jotun race of giants. In the Age of Gods, the North world was composed of 9 realms. One such realm was Meselium, the land of flame. Another was Nephilim, the land of ice, through which an icy river of poison flowed. When these 2 realms collided, the poisonous frost melted. Then when it was exposed to Meselium's heat, grew into tremendous giants. This was Ymir, said to be the ancestor of all Norse giants. The race of giants that went on to spring forth from Ymir's body were called Jotun, the frost giants. These giants were truly beings belonging to the era when gods walked the earth. At times, the Jotnir would mix with the Norse gods, giving birth to new gods and giants alike. It's said that the surviving Jotnir eventually fell out of the mythology and went on to become trolls. That's the Mori right there. But what you 2 saw today were no trolls. They were most definitely Jotnir. Oh. Do you know about giants, Holmes? Ah, well, I am Sherlock Holmes, you realize. I am the one who finds the truth regardless of my spirit origin. I believe I said as much when I introduced myself. No, sorry, I'm just having you on a bit. You see, the paper moon is not only the only thing I picked up while I was visiting Atlas Institute. Triherms. Precisely. While there, I came in contact with the pseudo-spiritron calculation engine, Trihermes. When I did so, I happened to peruse some secret medical data pertaining to giants. Now I see. Holmes, you rascal. Like learning more than you should know. Ah. I don't see what's so funny. Don't you ha me, Buster. You're supposed to tell me those things before I need to know them. It's not fair that you get to do all the fun exposition. Besides, we're a team. You know we should be pooling our knowledge and stuff. I shall take that under advisement, especially considering it comes from none other than the great Leonardo da Vinci herself. All that said, I could certainly use a bit more information myself. Is it simply a Norse lost belt where a once lost race of giants still runs amongst? No, I very much doubt that is all there is to it. Right? The ones you saw today were powerful beings of mystics, but they were still living creatures. If nothing else, I can say for sure that the beings we encountered were not servants. Correct. They were indeed absolutely not servants. Based on what we know from Russia, we can assume there's a being here who rules over this lost belt, and a cryptid who tends to the trees of emptiness. Well, our primary concern is with the latter. There remains a strong possibility that we will come into conflict with the former as well. That said, our goal this time does not include engaging them in battle. Our intent is to cross Scandinavia without them ever knowing we were here. Yep, exactly. Still, we should really take a little break first, don't you think? Thankfully, there's a lot more magical energy concentrated here than there was in Russia, so the border shouldn't have any problem recharging. We'll set off again in a little while, so make sure you two rest up while you can. Hiking across Snowy Mountain does a real number on your legs and back, you know. I very much recommend getting back those kinks ironed out while you can. Right. Oh, but first I almost forgot, Mr. Holmes. Yes, Miss Carolite. I'm sorry, but back when we had just looked over the mountain range, remember how you and Paragon were talking? It's like, that's not fire, right? At the time, there was something else we wanted to ask about. What's the deal with the fire we saw? Yes, that strange fire that kept burning without spreading. Do you know what it is, Holmes? I can't say I know for certain. I only have a hypothesis, albeit one in which I am quite confident. I suppose that would make this more of an induction than a deduction. At any rate, yes, the fire is none other than... He gets interrupted again. Another alert. Foe. What the hell? Are our sensors busted? Crap, no, it's worse. They're working perfectly. Paragon, Holmes, a freaking enormous magical energy signal just popped up near us out of nowhere. It's like a magical reactor core. This monster's on par with the Angra Boda powered by the Greater Grail we saw in London. Oh, that thing. Okay. No problem. Oh, that was that section. Okay. And that was just section 1 for this one. So that was pretty good. Okay, hold on. Before we go further, let's do a friendship point summon here. If we get that 1-star Avenger, we'll throw one multi towards wait, who would I throw it to? I guess we'll throw one multi towards I'm not sure who. I guess Kama. If we get Anger Manju, we throw one multi towards Kama. All right, let's go. Skip. All right, nothing. No problem. Okay. So that brings us to the end of this stream. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate it. And next week we'll pick on what is that thing that's invading the shadow border and see what's going on with that. Y'all have a good one, and hopefully see you next time. Adios. Bye bye.